Yeah, so recently I went to Costa Rica and I did ayahuasca. So I've always kind of wanted to do it. I've heard about it. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty crazy. Like that's the final boss of
That's like a step up for a
psychedelics.
mushroom.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's pretty intense. So yeah, I went to this retreat. Shout out to Holos, really awesome place. Yeah, I asked my base spiritual friend. She recommended that place. So it was a 7-day retreat. Went with my buddy Talon and my buddy Dale, my roommates, and it's 12 people total in the retreat. And that shit was crazy. That was the most transformative experience of my life. Because it wasn't just, oh yeah, we're just gonna do a bunch of drugs. It was like, no, we're actually gonna like talk about our experiences and do activities together and stuff like that.
Did you have like a shaman guiding you?
Yeah, we had a shaman, Karen. She was great. She was actually a biologist.
Like the last name.
Yeah, I know, right? That's, I was like, oh shit. No, but
I thought you were
she's
gonna say like the Great Rafiki. Or something like that.
no, she's based.
Karen.
She's actually from the U.S., but she moved to Costa Rica 30 years ago. She's a biologist, and she started working with ayahuasca and all, going to the ceremonies. Then she like felt called to ayahuasca and all that, and she eventually became a shaman. And man, the experience was amazing. Like the first day, what they had us do a thing because we also had this psychologist or therapist. I don't know her credentials, but Lauren Taus, and she was kind of organizing a lot of the activities. But she had it so very first day, we walk around this room and you can't say anything. You just look each other in the eyes, and you just stand there, and it was really uncomfortable. Like probably
I did this recently. It's the most uncomfortable
fucking
thing
hated
ever.
it. I
For
hated
10 minutes, we had to pair up with someone and just stare into each other's eyes for 10 minutes.
yeah,
It was like the most uncomfortable thing
I hated
ever.
it. I absolutely hated it. My face was going red. I'm like kind of sweating.
I kept laughing. I
Yeah,
couldn't hold
yeah,
like a straight
dude,
face.
yeah. I was like, I don't know. Should I be serious? Should I smile? Like,
2 minutes in, you like fake throw a punch. 2 for flinching. This is break guys.
no, but there was a lot of like uncomfortable shit, you know,
Yeah.
especially as men, just being vulnerable like that. But it was very good. And but ayahuasca, when we did it, so we did it 3 times over that week. And first night, we don't know what to expect. Like we're building it up in our heads. Like some people shit, people throw up,
Yep.
people have bad trips and all this shit. So I'm like, I don't know what to expect. And they give you this diet to follow for like a month beforehand, just so your body's prepared.
Wow.
And so Dale, he followed the diet. Talon, he kind of followed the diet. Me, I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, fuck this. Like, I'm not giving up my.
What was the diet? Do you
So
remember?
no caffeine, no diet soda. Can't eat red meat. No sex.
Yeah,
That was part of the diet too. You can't have sex, stuff like that. I was like, fuck that. Like, I cut out caffeine just as good measure, but
good measure.
Caffeine, diet soda, and red meat. That's like 90%. That's like the base of my food pyramid.
yeah, no protein powder. I was like, no, that's not happening. I need these gains. So I was like, I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, I didn't follow this diet at all. Am I just gonna get absolutely ass fucked? What's going on here? So the way we have the ceremony set up, so it's a big like open dome outside, and it's you all sit around the dome, but you're all spaced apart. No one talks to each other. You're not supposed to talk to each other. And we have these like beds with these chairs, and you go up when you're called, and you take the shot of ayahuasca, and we call it
It's just like liquid or?
yeah. So we called it jungle teriyaki because it was legit like the consistency of molasses, and it kind of tasted like teriyaki. It tasted like shit though. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like the first time I was like, oh, this ain't bad. And then you start drinking it more, and you're like, oh my god, this is terrible. But so we all take our shot, and for the first 30 minutes, you're just sitting there in silence, and it's dark, and there's no light. You're just all sitting there waiting to like come up on the trip. And I'm sitting there, and my buddy Talon's right next to me, and 15 minutes in, and I see him grab his bucket, and he's leaning over. I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna throw up already. Damn, that's crazy. And then he starts like twirling the bucket. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on?
He just jumps in and disappears.
Well, he was saying the ayahuasca was telling him to get in the bucket. And he's like, look, I don't know how to get in the bucket.
Oh my god.
And so he's twirling this bucket, and then he stops, and he's holding the bucket. I'm just looking over him. I'm not even feeling anything. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And he proceeds to put the bucket on his fucking head. And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Like, this is going to be a wild trip because this shit lasts like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, like he's already like fucking gone. I'm not feeling anything yet. So he just puts the fucking bucket on his head because the ayahuasca told him to get in the bucket. That was his way of doing it. And then, but dude, like, that was crazy shit.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this short clip, check out the full interview here. And if you want to see more clips from this episode, check it out right here.